Well, hello there, guys. I find it really difficult wearing my glasses with my hat. It seems to just push them up, or I have to pull my hat down and keep my glasses there, which is really cool. So, anyway, this morning I got a text, and it was from housing, and they said, "Hello there, Kelly. Been trying to call you. We have a property for you." So it looks like after all my seriously, I'm not actually quite up yet. I'm a bit tired this morning. I went out on my roller skates last night, which was absolutely brilliant. I had a really great time, but I wasn't. Oh God, there's so many little clues and everything going on today. It's really weird. So yeah. So anyway, I basically got a text, and on Monday, hello there, Claire. And on Monday, I've got to come and visit this place. Now, a little bit gutted and a little bit way, but um, I had spoken to council this morning and I said to her, look, I said, you're still doing this based on the fact that you haven't done the correct OT assessment. And she said, you've got a medical condition here and you haven't had an OT assessment. I said, I know. I've been saying this for 4.5 years. She went, oh, no. Oh, I don't know. So anyway, I've walked up this really lovely road. So this is a really, really lovely road. They're bastards and teasers, aren't they? This here, over this here, is 37. The house I have been offered is number 38, which is here. So I'm coming to view this place on Monday. It is a 2 bedroom. The challenge is, for what people don't know about me and trying to understand, is I've been going in and out of hospital with what we already know is a cranial instability. It's part of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I've got feathers everywhere around me at the moment, and I know for people who know me or don't know me, if I see lots of feathers around, particularly white feathers, then I tend to know that my angels are with me, everything's okay. If they're like browny feathers, then I sort of tend to think, okay, he's working on it. And a black feather is, I don't go this way. And that's just one of my things that I do that other people probably don't realise. So when I came here, here's the doormat. It says, happiness is homemade. And I've got all these feathers. What have we got here? Oh, that's okay. Now, the thing was though, I have actually spoken to what will be my neighbours who live here, and I said, have they gone? Can I like look through the window? And they said, yeah. So I was looking through the other neighbour's window, and I'm going, oh no, please. And then, bless, all of a sudden, this lad comes out and he goes, hello, well, you can be our new neighbour. And he's, oh, I'll come and have a look. Have a, hello. Hello. He went, oh, I already know you. Hello. So, anyway, but one of the challenges that I'm going to have with this is literally, it's not on this floor. So, there's a shed here, and it's here, but then it's literally a tiny little hallway and it stairs straight up, and then it's all of that floor up there. So I'm going to have a walk around and have a look at the area. But what I've been trying to explain to everybody, and everybody is not getting, and they're making a massive big drama out of something that is very, very easy and very simple to understand. And that is, I'm just going to go and have a walk around this side. It's the other side of the block. But it just gives me an idea of what it's like at the back of mine. What a shame. What a shame if they actually bothered to actually look at my family's needs. This is so annoying already. So basically, that one there, I think is mine. So it hasn't got a back balcony, I don't think. It's got the front balcony. But I don't want to show everyone's gardens. There's a lovely little bit here. But these have all got gardens, and that's all I'm asking for. It's not, I'm not being, I'm asking to be on the ground floor. Oh, but hang on, the Lord is telling me, look, I've got feathers flying around me, look, literally flying around me. They'll literally just fly at me. I could literally walk through here and a load of white feathers will go, and it tells me everything's okay. I'm going to have a walk around the back. But what I'm trying to explain to people is, I don't know how to get out, is, oh, for God's sake, seriously, every time I pull, my back is tweaking like that. Oh God, I'm locked down here now because it's gone past trade time. Oh shit, so I can't get out now. Oh no, I'm locked in. Okay, oh, hang on a minute, let me go and bug my so-called new neighbours. What's their number? Let me go and see if I can get their number. Hang on, let me get their number. What's their number? 44. Right, let me just ring their buzz and see if they can let me out. Yeah, so what I'm trying to explain is the condition that I live with is called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which basically means I'm a complete floppy galoppy. And hang on 2 seconds. Have I got myself trapped in now? The trade's not working. Hello. So this is basically nice. And I don't have as many people as what I have up there. So it would literally just be these neighbours. I don't know how they'd feel, and they're not used to me being a liver. So, but the kids can't play ball out here. But it still means I have to come out of the flat. And from what I can see, I don't know if that back balcony is mine as well. I think it is, but it could be theirs. No, there's somebody in that flat. So I'm not 100% sure which one it is from the back. But I'm assuming it is just all that top layer up there. So that's going to really annoy me because it means we're going to be isolated in there when there are actually homes available that are either on the down that have got the garden, which would be so much easier because I'm going to start heading back and walking back. But to explain what's actually going on and all this drama and all these things, and I know I talk about child trafficking, and I know I talk about paedophilia rings, and I know I don't know where Aaron and Faith are. Aaron and Faith could be having the most amazing. That is half of the battle. Straight down, that's a bit cool. I like that already. A few dodgies around there, but not a problem. We'll deal with that. Not as bad as dealing with them down there. So basically, with having Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, as people know, our subluxing and dislocate system is made up of all of our bones and joints. So that means part of EDS is having the cranial instability. So if anybody sees me when I'm on my lives, and particularly if you've ever watched the 6 lives that I did right back at the beginning, and all of a sudden you start seeing my head dropping down, and I have to be careful doing that because it pulls all the way down my spine. So basically I'm damaged at the top of my spine, which is my C2, which connects to my cranium, my skull. So that's all damaged. And then the base of my spine, as there is literally just here, so it saves me all that walk up. So this would be my new homey world, instead of being over that side, on that side of the road, basically. But all I have been asking for all of this time is an upright MRI, which will then reveal that I have the cranial instability, and then it will show whether or not there is severed cord damage and whether or not there is a Chiari malformation. What I believe is when I am at my worst, my Chiari is protruding but hasn't yet properly come down. So that's why I get the raging headaches, and that's then why I get that ultimate scream, because it's then gone. Now the challenge with this is I haven't had the upright MRI scan. I've always had the laying down MRI scan, which shows everything back into position. So then I've gone over to the psych unit. And this was exactly the same with Aaron and Faith. I was telling Save the Family that I needed notice. My dance studio is like literally this far away from me. Can you fucking believe it? Now that is epic. So this is basically my dance studio. And that would potentially be my gym, unless I want to continue going up to David Lloyd and doing all of that. But I would actually be quite happy if Dean is happy being at the flat rather than where we were, and me getting on with things is using what is around us. But basically, when Aaron and Faith and Liam and Daniel were with me, I'd been into A&E 4 times with my slip discs in my back and with my cranium. And it wasn't until the Americans from the EDS side started going, well, hey, this is going wrong because we're giving people laying down MRIs. So in the UK, there are upright MRIs, but they are private. They are not on the NHS. And so the surgery or the rehabilitation is also not on the NHS. And as people know, my professor, Professor Bird, retired in 2010. You can Google it, North Allerton Hospital, it's all in the papers, because there was a whole people trying to rescue and keep the clinic going, and obviously the clinic didn't continue. So what's going to happen is I'm either going to walk down the street and start screaming my freaking head off because my discs have gone, and I'll just get picked up and put in an ambulance. And then when I'll be put onto gas and air, and they will go, she's EDS, there's something going on. They will send me for all of the x-rays and all of the scans, they will do all of it, and then they will come back and go, we can't see anything. I'll try moving, I'll be screaming, and they'll be going, she's having a breakdown. And that's what happens. And that's not just me, that is every other bloody EDS person that is battling with cranial instability or spinal instability, or some of the internal stuff like POTS. People don't realise it's anonymous. It affects all of our internal organs and things like that. It affects our heart, it affects our thinking, it affects so many things. So basically, if this happens, all I am asking for is to be able to go into hospital, which means that my children are looked after by their father, or it should have been, had social services had done this right with Aaron and Faith, we would have been allocated a foster care. Have I got my mic in my hand? Oh shit, guys, I don't know if you've even heard me all that time. Have you heard me all that time? Because I've actually had my mic in my hand. So apologies if you haven't heard me, and I won't know until I watch this back. So I've literally just had my mic in my hand, oh shit, all that time. So it's alright, I'll send you a postcard next time. Thailand. Oh shit, I just twisted my back then. So no idea if my mic's been on. So basically I've just literally walked back from... did I lose you guys then? Have I lost you? Sorry guys, I don't know if I lost you. I'm just doing a London style crossing across the road. So yeah, I don't know what you lost and what you got and what you didn't get then. And I have no idea why I was doing this. I'm on this gaff, my internet shouldn't be having any problems whatsoever. So basically, when it comes to it, it's either going to come to the bow breaking and literally my discs are going to go in my neck and my back again. Ow, I can't even look over my shoulder, it takes my hips out. Or eventually the doctors will get me in to see the people safely, and I will have the MRI done. It's conclusive. There is no way this isn't what it is. I would be unbelievably fucking shocked if, they turned around and went, there isn't a cranial instability, because it's damn obvious. It's that obvious. You can physically see it if you can get close enough to me. And even the linings of my head and everything, it's completely obvious. And the pulling in my spine is obvious. So basically, they'll either decide to plate me or high intense massive amount of physio. But I'm going to be put into a neck collar, and I should be already in a neck collar, and I should have been put in a neck collar at all the times it's been going on anyway. So for about 6 weeks, 6 months, I'm literally, for the first sort of few weeks, going to be on proper bed rest, potentially in a wheelchair, until I come through it. And even if they say, oh, okay, well, it's not as advanced for the surgery at the moment, but we might need to plate one of them up. We might have to do the disc at the bottom or the disc at the top. I don't know. Or it might just be 100% rehabilitation. But that means living in a place like that is not going to work for someone like me, because I need to be able to let my kids out. What they're doing is containing me, so forces my children into nursery. That isn't the right thing for my kids. It isn't the right thing for this family. It isn't in line with who we are, what we're about, what our plans for our future are. But I'm not asking the council to give me my equestrian and my therapy centre. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm saying is there is basic fundamental human rights that exist for people with physical conditions. And while I'm going through this, I'm seeing how people are having to fight for their rights. Take for the fact that I've been going through this 4.5 years, and it takes for my buggy to get taken from the flat. And with that, obviously, as you know, I have videoed John Long, who is John Wright, and I filed complaints and everything. And it's taken for this to happen for me to, one, get my double buggy back, to actually then get the text to say that, we've been offered this move. But I've been talking to all these people on this other side of this coin, and I've been saying this stuff to them all the time, and they've never, ever, ever, ever got it. It's never clicked in their head. And then as soon as I speak to the actual housing person, and even she said, one thing, she said that it's a rough move, she said, but one thing that is missing is the fact, I'm only back over on my side now, so you can sort of tell the difference for the noise for me. I don't mind coming up here and visiting. I don't even mind, well, actually, I probably would never come back here again. I'd never come back here again. The only thing is obviously the art school is right across the way from where we are. And they would say, well, you've got a school literally right across, it's working, we'll even get someone to support you getting your kids across and on all of this. But again, it's just forcing me into a world that I'm not independent. And this is all about me being independent, because I want to be independent. I want to be in a situation now where, like even now with a move where, okay, like me and Dean were just talking about what's going to be staying and what's going, what we're taking from the flat. Like, I'm going to have an absolute manic time already trying to get the stuff up into the flat, because you've got to come in through a unit and stuff. The good thing is my new neighbours, if that's the way it is, have already offered to help. They're around, it all seems quite great, I'm quite happy with it. It's certainly better than where we are right now. It's not where we want to be, but when you don't have money in your bank and constant stream of income coming through, I'm grateful to live in the country that we have that does support this. Of course I am. But then when I live there, and I'm not racist one fucking bit. It's not about me being racist. It's not about me being, what's the word? It's not about me being pissed off with sort of immigration and things, but I then see all the beautiful homes, and okay, then it's still not great, but I see the beautiful homes and they're all allocated to foreign families, and it's like, okay, cool, brilliant, great, this is absolutely wonderful. But people here in England, as in people who are, and this is really, really difficult, because there are plenty of people of all nationalities, all creeds, all race, all religion, that would class themselves as British and born British. I'm talking about white British. I'm talking about probably a very, very dying last breed of genuine, real British people. And the help is not there for people. Do you know what I mean? And also, it doesn't matter who somebody is or where they are. If your family has some form of medical needs, and we're dealing with multi-agency frameworks, so we're dealing with, all of these avenues, like me, is that I can be a little bit naive, probably a little bit vulnerable, probably a little bit probably nicer to people that I maybe should do, and the only thing that I would ever need the police for is me sort of saying, hey, there's a 15-year-old couple that I found on the streets, and I'm just letting you know that I'm going to be taking them to so and so, and they're in my car. That's probably about the only thing that somebody like me would ever need police activities for. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a bad person. Do you know what I mean? I'm
I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not out robbing old grannies. I'm not doing things wrong. I'm just literally here with a physical body that doesn't necessarily want to work so well, and having to do things in my own. Have you got that, sir? Let me grab the. You got. You're getting used to. You going in? No, you get used to it there, Harry. You get used to it. Bless Harry, he's now got a scooter. See, take the scooters for example. Other people won't realise this, but if you are sort of wheelchair bound and things like that with government, choose between a car and Motability. It really is that sort of way. It really is. I'm just going in, so I'm doing my didn't pick up before I go through the door. Um, it really is like a choice. You have to choose between your scooter or a car. It's not like they pack you up in, a van that takes your wheelchair in. It has to be really, really, really high needs. And it's difficult because if you have a physical condition, you're responsible for it. I'm responsible for my condition. I'm responsible for the fact that yesterday I made the decision to go out on my skates over hoovering with my crap hoover. And I even said to Dean, no, I'd rather pay for a cleaner mate than not be able to do the things that I love. I've either got to give up the things that I love and do the things that are obligations or pay for the obligations. So should the state pay or should I pay? Well, it's difficult, isn't it? If I was asking to be in work and you're asking for people to make adaptations for you, then they could turn around and say, well,